Good afternoon, everyone. How are we?
So good.
I would like to you all do a kudos to the person sitting next to you. So, does this bring any feeling of getting re-energized? Because I want your concentration on this training, right? So what I'm going to present today is on my topic, minimizing inventory losses, variances in the bar, right? So subtopic, bar inventory loss prevention measures, right? This is part of my notes one presentation. So my coverage is related to this presentation is on this topic, right? And so most of you who are sitting here are like applying this on your own job, and the supervisors are present here as well. There is some role that supervisors will also do, right? So please pay close attention. If there is question and answers, we'll have time for that, and then we can gain some knowledge on how we can apply and improve the productivity and performance in our workplace, right? Go to the next slide. The topics of conversation, right? So we'll be touch basing on the objectives, introduction, content, conclusion, question and answers, and reference, right? Learning objectives. By the end of this training, participants will be able to understand strategies to follow for minimizing inventory losses, attain better results for more profitability, and manage controls in place to prevent bar inventory losses and reduce overall beverage cost. Measure total inventory losses through summary provided by cost control. Our aim is to keep inventory losses less than $100 for respective bars for the month. Remember how we're doing summary? Daily basis you have variances, then we do summary, right? Sometimes our daily variances for pool bar is $200, $300, even if it's surplus shortage, right? What is our target? We target $100 per month, because our GM is saying that our main motive should be there should be no variances. We don't want surplus, we don't want shortage. The stock should be balanced. That's what we want, right? In the ideal world. Sometimes some things happen, but still. We are trying to go and we are trying to set measurable performance gains and achieve and work towards it and achieve it. And from there we'll try to reduce it further. Because any variances is increasing our beverage cost, right? And we are losing the revenue. It's increasing the cost, right? Any doubts, questions so far? Any issues? Any concerns? No, all good? Able to understand all the 3 points? Introduction. Brainstorming. What are the ways we can minimize inventory losses? Any ideas? Some of you are in the industry for long. You know what is the importance and what are the ways we can minimize this? What are the strategies we can develop to minimize this? So, any input from you guys? Any ideas to share? This is like critical thinking. What you know, what you apply. Anything you want? Huh? That's one strategy. Avoid overpouring. Right? Anything else? Anyone?
Control your stock.
Control? Control your stock. Control your stock how? We need to ensure we count the stock properly. Right? Apply the KSA rule. Knowledge, skills, and right? We need to count the stock correctly. We need to close the stock correctly. We need to ensure that what we consume is in line with what we have in our sales report. All this is corresponding, right? So one basic rule which we will never go wrong is if a guest comes to you and he asks for some drink or anything, whoever is the cashier, if they register the drinks in the system first, which is our audit compliance and policy as well, we'll never go wrong. Sometimes what happens? We save. We keep the manual dockets. The dockets get lost. So it's part of loss of revenue. That happens. We press something, the drink is not there. And then we give something else. We don't void it. We are too lazy to call our supervisor manager to void the drink and press the right thing and save the guest. We just save it. Our aim is to save the guest, make them happy, but we don't know what is happening at the back end. We never try to see these things. What is the difference? Maybe the product you have pressed is a different cost. The product you're selling has a different cost. And how will you balance your stock when all these things happen? So these are the control measures which we can apply. Right? Any questions so far? Are we clear? All good? Okay. Minimizing by inventory losses, variances. Why? How? What? Right? Why? We need to have correct control measures in place to minimize inventory losses. The fewer the inventory loss, the more the profit. That's simple mathematics, simple. Right? How? We are going to discuss and follow the specific strategies and controls in place for better results. Right? What? Bar inventory refers to our asset, which contributes to company profitability, and you will understand what is required to be done to minimize inventory losses and attain better results. Any questions on this? Why, how, and what? All good? Inventory losses control measures. Understand key strategies, right? What I discussed earlier when we were doing brainstorming. Press item first in microsystem before item is saved to guest. Ensure accurate physical count of inventory at end of shift. Prevent overpouring, like someone said. Ensure stock reconciliation is performed to extract consumption and is cross balanced with sales to identify variance, inventory losses. Right? Any issues or understanding on the key strategies? Any issues on understanding that? All good? Sorted? Okay. Attain better results for more profitability and measure total loss of inventory. Right? Continuous monitoring of inventory losses on daily basis for more profitability and lower balance cost. Just like we discussed, we have a daily variances, we analyze them on a spreadsheet. We can analyze Ulba in the end of 15 days, how much total variance they are at. They are at $1,000. Biblos bar, end of 15 days, they are $100. Vasibico bar, end of 15 days, they are $70. Right? So this shows the effectiveness of the entire team of Biblos bar compared to Pool bar. I know one bar has higher productivity, higher operations, higher number of guests, higher turnover. But that doesn't mean we compromise our controls. We still have to follow the controls. We still have to ensure that we always work as team to ensure that our variances are down when we compare these results to other outlets. Because these figures are shared to everyone. So it's in our hands what we do to improve the situation, rather than making it worse or increasing it. Because remember, if your beverage cost increases, what are the things we have to suffer? What are the reports we have to dig in? What are the measures we have to go extend to give the detailed information and find out what has happened? So if we are doing all our parts, then we'll never end up there, because we'll be able to maintain and control our cost. Right? Any questions on this so far? Just to touch base on the second point, providing incentives and rewards to barmen who are able to minimize inventory losses and reach target of less than $100 per month for respective bars. That's an incentive. It's like some organizations do it, some don't. Some organizations, instead of incentives, they have discipline as well. So it's a matter of what the organization targets or provides. It's something that we put, but it's up to the higher management, like what to actually do, whether to go on the incentive measure or go on the discipline measure. But at the end of the day, as supervisors, barman managers, we have to ensure we play our part and just ensure what we do every day is control, balance, and we don't have issues. Right? All good? Next, I will be playing a video how to identify inventory losses in your bar. Short video.
Sales. To see your consumption, you'll need to take an inventory to get an accurate count of your stock, and invoices of all deliveries coming into your venue. Take another inventory to get the closing count. This is because consumption equals beginning inventory plus invoices minus ending inventory. To get your sales data into Wiz, you can either integrate your POS system or upload your
How's that video? Short, simple, but it is a very in-depth message. Right? It's trying to give us the focus where we sometimes we go wrong. You know? When the score is this much and the budget is this much. So much information I have to observe, check, look, provide the answers. Because I know if I don't provide, then you will be in problem. I will be in problem, but on top of it, you guys all will be in problem. So, when we compute all the information, what we found out, where our this high cost figure is actually from the usage of our spirits. Our pouring, our measures, our standard recipes is where we have the highest cost, ranging up to 40%. Imagine, 40%. Right? So that means if our standard drinks are ranging at 25 to 30%, which is across and near to the budget, if we go 10% above, right? The highest amount of drinks we sell is cocktails. You all know, right? Cocktails. If we are observe 40% in that area, then we'll be able to control and meet our cost. So the answer is simple, right? That's where we had the drill down. Okay, we were on the meeting. Then we shared that information, and after that, couple of days ago, we had a revised recosting where we managed to drop after providing in-depth like meeting with all the party supervisors who were all present with the channel manager. Then we were able to like identify and then walk towards it, and we have to pressurize F&B that come on, this can't go on. We need to ensure we have to reduce this. Right. Another challenging task would be the end of this month, where it will be highly monitored. Right. So providing the last couple of days, I did another report apart from mid-month, where we managed to get it down by another 3.5%. So we are sitting now somewhere at 31.3. Right. But end of month, fingers crossed, we need to go 29.5 or lower. Right. So that's my target. But the target I don't achieve alone. It comes from you all. Because you are the one working at the back end. Right. You are the one who is doing saving the guest. You are the one who are pouring the drinks to the guest. So it all lies on you. What we do in order to control this, increase our profitability and reduce our cost. Right? This message video, any question related to it? All clear? Okay. Touch base on KSA. KSA, anyone? Knowledge, skills, ability. Right? Knowledge, barman need to know how to count stock correctly and follow standard recipe to avoid overpouring. Skills, barman needs skills to be organized, set up bars and shelves for easy accounting stock. Ability, barman need to follow SOPs and pay attention to detail. They need to ensure that their reorder of stock doesn't exceed par level, get basics right, reorder to sale, that ties to par stock. All very simple things, but we don't apply. Maximum times, our reorder exceeds our par stock. Maximum time, we order what we don't sell. Isn't it happening? We email back and forth, exceeding. No one takes any action. I don't know, our message is going to deaf ears or what. But we need to ensure we do these things right. Get these simple mathematics right. I don't know what is so hard. If we get these basics right, we'll be able to do achieve better results. So simple. Anyone have questions on this? Everyone clear? I hope you are gaining some new knowledge on this. Right? Outlet supervisors managers responsibilities. That's why I try to call some supervisor managers so that they are also present on top of the barman to just see and enlighten some information that we have covered. To ensure team follows the daily controls and SOPs in place, conduct regular spot checks, ability to identify issues and resolve issues, identify where and how the problem originated and what measures can be used so this problem doesn't repeat. Constant feedback from team and provide support where necessary. Oversee pouring of spirits, wastages and breakages are recorded. Set target for staff to achieve for better results. Check if reorder process is working correctly and you order what to sell. Very simple and in detail information. But I ask you guys, are you doing this? Maybe you are not even doing one or two things out of it. So what's so hard on this? What's the harm in trying? Why are we not able to change the way we work? You know, this training is about to give you that idea. to share what changes you can bring, start bringing. You know, how many supervisors do the spot checks, conduct the spot checks? I hardly see. We just go on simple reason, sales report is not working. I know sales report is not working, it's down. IT is trying to configure. Right? At the one day it will get resolved. It will not be a continuous. But you try to do what is right at your end. Sales report doesn't work, that doesn't mean you don't do your balancing. You can still do. If you still press everything correctly, right, and you save whatever you save, you reorder back to that, and then you do next day again the inventory correctly, then even after 10 days I will balance the stock, I will not find issues. But if you don't do it, after 10 days I will have multiple issues. So that will still spark to your increased cost. You know, you need to do your daily things right. How many of you are doing the stock checks, even though sales report is not working? No one. I hardly see any supervisor signing off on the stock sheets. Hardly. Sometimes they do it. But what is the message here? You know, half the time when the problems originate, we don't know where it has come from. When it should be your end. You able to identify because you are the one who's working in the front end. You should inform us that this is going like this. How we can do better. How we can do with the team that we can make sure that this issue doesn't repeat. Instead, us asking you all the time, why is it like this? Why is it like this? You know? So I hope moving forward we can see some changes in regards to all this. Conclusion? We are now able to fully understand and follow the control measures that are in place to effectively minimize inventory losses variances, which leads to more profits and lower beverage cost. Right? It's just the summary of what we have a way of touch base. Any concerns, questions, anything that is not clear on this conclusion part? Time for question and answers. Anyone with any doubts, any questions in regards to what I presented? Or you need more clarity, more information? All okay? Information is simple.
I just only one question
Yeah.
about this complaints issue for the 42% we are receiving. Currently, when the order from stores, it goes to the bar, it's coming with the cost.
It's coming with a cost, but that costing is based on what we have done in the system. Say, for example, individual cost for the cocktail that we have developed when we were doing the menus, it is on a cost of 25%, 28%. Because every menu we design, it comes before our costing is done. Then we implement the menu. So we incorporate all the prices, right? So pricing is not an issue that is sparking to 42%. It's an issue of overpouring, our control measures not in place, we are not able to utilize things for it. That's the issue. I have already tested everything, right? The top cocktails that we have sold, the highest revenue that we have generated, I have gone, if there is even a price increase, we monitor. We monitor everything first before coming to them, right? So we monitor everything, every dimensions. We have the system where we have the updated, recalculated cost based on the last buy, right? Which will be lower if I generalize compared to what we are producing. So that only reflects our overpouring, our controls. That's not it, not done correctly. That's the only reason. But we have managed to turn around a bit. So I am hopeful and positive by end of month we are able to achieve it. Because if not, we'll all be in trouble, plus I have to dig deep again. You know, it takes so much time to observe all these kind of things. You know, how much time we have to input just to look into all the dimensions areas. Why are we going wrong? Just like we ask you, where are we going wrong? On the stock being out, I am asked where I went wrong on our beverage cost when the budget is this, you are producing this. You know, when in fact I am not the one who is doing all this. But we have to look for answers. So to ensure what I know, I transform and like keep you guys informative as well, so that you also able to do some changes the way we do things. Follow the standard recipes. How many barmen are new with us in this our workforce? Plenty people new come, right? Are the supervisors, barmen, like bar managers, they are like coming with the refresh on the standard recipes, the pouring. Are we doing this? I don't know, like if we are doing it with everyone or not. Are we checking what they are doing? You know, once we train them, we need to check. Are we observing whether they are doing correctly or not? If these are the things we have a look on for eye, then we can like advise them, advocate them. Hey, you know, I have briefed you this, but you are still doing it wrong. It needs to be done like this. 1, 2, 3. I'm sure they'll understand. The whole human being, but we need a little bit of guidance, understand. If still we don't understand, then there's an issue, right? But I'm sure we will do it. Any other questions?
The question I have asked is the point I wanted to ask. Is that the coach is coming to the bar, but what if we are selling mostly these vouchers, all those things, 90% things we are selling now is goes to the inclusive and all these vouchers, all those things are applied. So this goes back to the saving, it goes to the saving.
You guys are getting credit of cost for everything.
But it covers our cost too?
Yes, it covers the cost. It is not a part of reason why it's your cost is increasing. You are getting credit for everything. Whatever vouchers, incentives are in place, you're getting credit. Right? Only thing is, what we are doing different, the voucher was not introduced this month. It's from how many months? One. It's not that last month we were doing wrong. It's this month that we have got wrong. Our food is wrong. Last month we produced wonderful results. It was on the budget, 29% something. Right. So this month, last month we were having the same incentives, same programs. But it was not wrong. So what is happened? It's a change that we have done. Right. And what was the reasons provided by FNB? 90% of the bar team are on leave most of the times. New people come in. They don't have that onset skill, knowledge. Nobody supervisor managers train them or takes a tour on them, like how it's supposed to be done. Right? That's the part. They are isolated. They do whatever they do on their own and end up doing these things. Before we realize and before we come up with these kind of things, mid-month results, it's too late. The impact is done. The damage is done. Right? And then we have to reevaluate, regain, recompose, and then see that we are able to come out. So it has happened once, right? Hopefully we are able to restore from here. We know where are our problems. It has been highlighted. It all is in our hands, good hands, to ensure moving forward if these kind of issues happen. Now we are going to busy period, so obviously all the staffs are breaking. But still, we need to ensure we do things right. And I would also like to tell everyone who's new as well, if you lack something you don't know, always seek help. Don't try to do things on your own. Go for assistance, ask for assistance to superiors, supervisors. You'll find help. If you ask them, they don't help, you come and see me. Yeah. Right? Any further questions? So just to touch base on the reference, the video I took from YouTube and notes was from Inventory Management Guide and some other things I have also applied from our SOP, which is in place. Right, so that's